By watching this video, you'll be able to tune up heat map on any ticker, on any instrument, on any time frame. So this is the S&P, and we have only candle bars and the price line. Let's go and install the Heatmap NC. It is in a package, Bookmap NC. Open Heatmap NC, click twice, move it down, and now I'm gonna move it up. So when I open next time the properties, the Heatmap will be the first in line. So now I'm gonna click apply, and let's see the initial result after installation. So this is on the ES, on the New York session, and it looks pretty nice, by the way, but for the sake of demonstration, what we're looking for not too many red lines, because red lines is the alarming, is the warning, is the be careful, and each line show us the somebody's passive order, waiting order, resting order, sitting here for a long time, for a short period of time. Some of them, like this is a short, this is the longer one time, and this is the same price line, got 72 by volume, and then one short time it was 273, and then again 109 on this very price line. So we can see what's going on by clicking on the F, and we'll see where the current situation is. And right now, it looks to me that there's too many red lines over here. There's too much, because I see that there's a fight going on, and I would like to adjust it and choose which orders, smaller orders with the dark blue, the bigger orders like this one with 37, the dark is 20. I would like to get rid of the 20, 23, 30, probably up to 40. So I will notice what's gonna make sense for me, and it's gonna look prettier, and this is the goal, to make it pretty so my mind can quickly understand what's on the chart visually. So there's like a bunch of price lines going up. There's probably like 100 or 200 of them up and 200 going down. Each line, this line, this line, this line, this line, it is the price line. So, and the order that was sitting there, limit order by the passive participants. I'm going to heat map properties, and number one I'm gonna adjust is the volume, maximum volume. So if I make it, because one of them I saw like 200, I'm gonna make it 200. Let's see what's gonna happen. Volume maximum volume, and the volume maximum on the slider should be always the same. So the slider is the menu heat map at the top, so it's a quick menu to adjust the heat map on the fly. But many settings you need to adjust in the properties for this indicator, because not all of them accessible through the heat map menu at the top on the chart. So let's see 200 at the top, I mean maximum, what it's gonna make for me. I see that there's like a yellow and the red lines, but there's not too many of them. Not too many of them. Okay, I'm gonna lower it back to, I think ideal is 110. 110. But let's say if I don't want to remember, is that 110, or the easier number is, now this is much better for me, because I see in reds only a certain amount of red lines that tells me, oh, be careful. I'm going to lower it to 100 as that was initially, and click apply. Now it makes sense for me. And if I would like to keep 100 levels, I can, number of levels above the price line, 100, I can keep it, but usually I do at least 200 levels. I'm gonna change the number of price levels above and below the price line for 200 and the historical bars to keep on my screen. See, the more I keep on my screen, the more resources my computer requires to run the charts. So if I want to save it, I want to do like keep it only 1000, and that's gonna be good for my computer too, because every second when we move our charts, the chart is regenerated again, and every single dot is regenerated. And by default, it's refresh rate by default. This is the, if we would like to change it, but I don't recommend to change the refresh rate. By default needs change or refresh a screen every 4 times every second. So, and it's not visible for our eye, but I don't want to overload with refreshing unless you really need it. So, gonna keep historical bars only 1000 bars. So it's gonna be easier for my charts to run, because whatever visible on my charts needs to be updated every time when I move, when I scroll, or the price is moving back and forth. Time is ticking every time. The computer have to regenerate, and it's not visible to our eye, but that's how we overload our CPU. Okay, I'm gonna keep 200 price levels up and down, below and above my price line. And the number of levels I'm gonna change from 100 to 200. So it's pretty, you see now my whole screen is above and below is covered with the level 2 passive orders price lines. So pretty wide, that's pretty good. So now I would like to clean up, and by putting my mouse hovering over these price lines, I can see what I would like to get rid of. So this is pretty dark, blue dark. It is 22, I don't need this. 34, don't need this. 22, no. 22, what it is? 33, no. 14 is too low. This darkest 13 is too low. So over here, again, 11 is too low. Let me change the minimum, the volume minimum. Right now it's 1. I'm gonna do it 30. Here we go. Probably I'm gonna do even more. I'm gonna do 40. So cleaning up the charts and leaving only the price levels that gonna trigger our attention, make sense for us. What do we need to keep our eye on? Okay, I'm gonna keep 40. Let me do 50. 50 is easy to remember as well. I'm gonna apply, keep only 50. Here we go. It's pretty good and discrete. Now I'm gonna change the number of bars. Show only number of bars. What does it mean? We don't want to keep all the orders that are just popping up and for a short period of time. So we want to keep the number of bars, because we take a look, we are on the 30 seconds, and on the 30 seconds time frame, if I keep 2 bars, there's going to be what? 1 minute. So 1 minute is too short for me. I'm going to keep it like at least 10 or 14. If I'm going to do like 14, it's going to be what? Multiply by 2, you're going to get amount of minutes, because I'm right now on a 30 seconds time frame. Let's say I'm going to get rid of the short bars that save their, not the bars, but the price orders on the price line that were just like short-lived. Click apply. 14 for a New York session. It's not too bad. And you see now, I'm kind of cleaning up my charts. Let me get closer to it, because I would like to see the only what I want to see. And here we go. If I would like to change the distance, this distance to the right side, I'm gonna go to the properties, click right mouse right here, properties, and change it to, instead of 900, I'm gonna change it like 250 and click apply. Boom, now I moved to the right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I see my candle bars on the ES candle bars kind of like a short. So now I see that this one is 92, goes into the 125. Nice. This is 54, and it was before, it was 108. So there was a fight over here in this very spot. Now there's too many lines because there is actually a fight, but you see that over here we also have so much. I would like to get rid of these little ones. Going to a indicator, properties, and minimum value minimum going to be a 75. Let's see how is that gonna look like. Here we go. That was a very busy, over busy spot, and there's a lot of red lines. If for the sake I would like to diminish or make less of that red lines, I will just increase the total maximum. The maximum, I'm gonna do a maximum. The volume minimum is 75. Volume maximum going to be, let's say 100. So instead of guessing, I'm gonna put my mouse over 200. Oh, 122, 200. So I'd like to make a difference between these two lines, 241 and over here 122. So I'm gonna change it, and minimum will be, I mean maximum will be not the 100, but will be, let's say 125. 125, always keep the same volume max and volume max for slider. Click apply. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, here we go. Now I separated kind of like this line and that line. You see that this is in yellow is 114 and then red is 234, because the spectrum for the heat map over here, you can click on the quick menu and you will see the coding. This is the spectrum. You can change into the like a bluish only without the red and yellow. So it goes the lowest amount, it is the dark blue volume, dark blue, and then it goes into the lighter blue, and then it goes into the white, and then it goes to the yellow, and then it goes to the red. So the higher volume is gonna be in red. And that's what I have done by changing the maximum volume over here, maximum volume. I change it to 125, and everything is above will be red. 125 and above will be red color. Yeah, on this menu, I should repeat it a few times, because when you play with this menu, you always need to put this one to the zero. Practically, you need to put the hide volume to the minimum volume, okay? Minimum volume will hide everything that is below 75, and usually this one is adjusted the same as this one automatically. So don't forget about this, because sometimes when you play with the chart, with the heat map, and you don't see any differences because you forget to lower the hide volume amount, what you would like to hide. So click OK, just to keep it the way. By the way, if you'd like to separate the price lines, you can click on the separator, click OK, and now you will see each price line separated with a gray line. For me, it's too busy for my eye. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna click off the separator. Tooltip, yes, I would like to keep a tooltip, because when I put my mouse over, I see what the amount of the volume in each part of this price in time. I can see that it was like 41 at the beginning, and then it's transmitted to 85 to 129, 150, 116 less, and then I see again 127 and 125, and you can see in the current time. Now, it looks, now it makes sense for me to trade it. Now I can see even larger clusters over here, like there's like too much fight is going on, too much fight. And sometimes it's hard to get clarity in some spots. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the heat map and adjust amount of the bars. This is the quick menu. It's going to change it in the properties as well. So I'm going to increase how many, what time the each, see, look, if I keep this to the 0, it will show me short life when somebody put their order on a passive level, and it's a very short, like this one, okay? It's going to show me all of that, but short lives orders are not really important for me, and I would like to like even increase it up to 35. We'll see what's going to do. Now, I see less of the small particles out there because I would like to make my goal is to make it pretty like this. So when it's pretty, it only shows me a significant orders volume that makes sense for me to have my eye on and keep in my attention. Now, let me go to this again. And if I trade it over here, I'm going to increase it even more. Okay, so here we go. Now, but over here, probably I'm going to adjust even minimum volume. So minimum value will hide what is below this number. And for this particular spot, okay, now that makes sense. And I'm going to do again bars. I'm going to increase the number of bars. So minimum time that the price existed. So now, so I'll get rid of this. No, okay, see now, but now it's going to be a little bit too much for me to get rid of the current situation. Although if you'd like to, in some scenarios, whatever the trading system you use, whatever you would like to see, like this price line is absolutely gorgeous in terms of when prices just attach it, it's bounced. Prices touch it and it bounces from it. So what it is about 130, and this is about 115. So this is a really nice. I don't want to see too many. Depending on the trading system, again, how many price lines you would like to see, and how more accurate, the more accurate price lines, the more of the price lines you would like to see over here, the harder for the eye to distinguish it, and for the brain to make a clear cut, quick decision. But you see how nice it is. This is 399. Oh wow, the prices came here, bounced second time, and then went through. This is really good pattern, because usually when the price is like, it was 99 first, but it was there for a long time, and then it increased to 113, and at the very moment the price touched it, it was 141. But I saw that there was like, oh, okay, there was like short period of time, it was a 399. Look, there was a 393. The volume was 393, almost 400. So right after the price touched that spot, they added over here. So that's why it become a sharp resistance, very like a big brick wall. So, and the price bounced. So the more you would like to see, sometimes more is the less, right? The less you would like to see, they use the filters like we just done with the minimum and maximum to filter out the volume on the price lines. So heat map, and there's like filter. You see, this is the filter. I'm going to apply the filter. We'll see what is there. Oh. So those red rectangles and the yellow rectangles, it is additional filter. So the goal for a filter is to fill in what we have between the value minimum and 0. So value minimum is right now, minimum value is 88 on what we show on the price lines over here on a passive orders, but I would like to see some immediate magnets. An immediate magnet is going to be between 0 and 88. That is the range because value minimum is 88. It start to show those price lines after 88 volume. Now in a filter, we're going to use show number of levels. We can keep like, okay, if we keep it like 10, you will see that there's a more volume levels above and below, and it will be a thicker channel. Okay, let's see. You see that there's like a too many bricks above and below. If we keep it less and we keep it, let's say 3, it's gonna clean up and show only immediate on the level 1, 2, and 3 above and below. You see now we have less because we would like to see not too many of those. We don't want to overload with those yellow and red bricks. This is the immediate magnets that we know the price attracted to, and this is 88. This is the minimum, our price line. So we would like to fill in what's in between the 0 and 88, and those yellow and red show us what we would like to highlight, some intermediate volume magnets on the price levels that are short life and goes above or below the candles. We don't want to show too many of them. But for the time change, it was an Asian session. Now this is the New York session, and this is plenty for me to make a decision while the candle is travel up and down, up and down. I see that the candle is attracted to this immediate magnet volume, which is 70, and then it's attracted to the 56, and then there's like more of those, and I can see that this is 50, and those immediate magnets usually they like a magnets. They attract the price, and price consume that liquidity. So again, main settings that I've modified, it is in the heat map properties. I changed nothing on the main section, the first section. I was touching some parameters on the heat map for the volume and the filters. So for the heat map volume, keep like minimum brightness threshold 25, maximum 150, performance. If you'd like to have a high performance, then keep it 4. If the performance is only 1, but you would like to see the sharper lines, keep it at 1. Number of levels above and below, I usually do 200 or 300. Historical bars you would like to keep on the chart, so it gonna the less historical bars, the faster it's gonna render what you have on the charts. The more historical bars you would like to keep to render, then it's gonna consume more your CPU resources. Minimum volume is 88, volume max 125. Everything under 88 will be hidden, and over 125 gonna be a red color. So I keep volume max and volume max on the slider, the same number, hide volume less than 88. So usually this number, hide volume and the volume minimum, keep the same. And sometimes if you forget it, it's gonna keep you this one, and you'll be not really happy if you change only one of this volume minimum or forget about the hide volume less than 88. You will find that it's like, oh, it's nothing works, but that's because you forget to change this parameter. Keep the same as the value minimum. Show only after number of bars. This is the filters because we don't want to keep orders that are living a short time, and we measure it by the number of bars. So the price divide line, it's too much for me. You can keep it, and this is the color for the price, what's in between the price lines. But if you would like to make it very sharp, it may help you in some situations. Now the filter is the additional filter, what you see in yellow and red rectangles. I keep it as an outline. It is a rectangles, only outline. And you change the filter, depending on the instrument, it will be more or less 55 to 65. Usually with a less volatility on an ES, I keep it 25, 35, maximum maybe 45 to 55. But now volatility is high, so I uplifted it. And so the filter volume, this filter because we filter out what is the minimum 88. So below the 88, we don't see anything on the screen with those lines, but we would like to see intermediate, what's between the 0 and the 88. That's why we're using this filter. So it can be like if you have 88 divided by 2, it's going to be 44. So you can keep it like 40 and 60 if you like to. So keep it like 10 or 20 in difference between the yellow and orange. So easy to remember, and show some intermediate volume that plays a role as a magnet, immediate magnet over here. But by looking at those rectangles, you know it's not the significant. So you kind of filter out what is significant and less significant, because those rectangles, those are immediate magnets that attracts the price. Now you have a separation, and visually it's really pleasing. So that's only things I changed for the heat map, and the heat map is ready for me to be used on the ES. And after you tune it your chart the way that it makes sense for you, now we can go to the heat map, click on that quick menu. And if you would like to writing the historical information level 2 data, this is level 2 data, those price levels and the orders on each price level, it is historical data, will require some more additional space and a performance for your computer and the CPU. So if you click right, it's going to be not that fast as if you unclick the right. Now, in this quick, what you do in this quick settings, when you change anything, don't forget to, when you let's say you can quickly adjust some of the parameters, like minimum volume. Okay, let's do like 40 now, and we click OK. Before we click OK, minimum value, never forget it that the height volume is 60. It will keep the volume 60 as the higher than the 42. So we need to adjust it back to this number, or simply put it to the 0, and it will be adjusted automatically. Click on this, OK. And now definitely there's a more volume. Oh, the reason is why nothing is changed on the screen, because we need to right click it and reload the Ninja script. Sometimes you need to right click and reload the historical data. It will help you, and reload the Ninja script. It is the F5. So when we do changes right over here, if we would like to see immediate results, immediate change, so now I'm increasing the minimum value to 63. It will adjust this parameter, hide the volume automatically, because that's the way it works. Click OK, boom, now. But if I do reload again, F5, now I can see that it's actually cleaned and applied my changes. So when you make any changes over here, don't forget to click on make a right click and say reload the Ninja script. So you will see changes immediately. And after this heat map template is ready, and I would like to save it for the future, then I'm going to click right mouse, and I'm going to save it as the chart template, save as, or I can use the only indicator template. Go to the indicators, Heatmap NT, scroll down in the properties to the very bottom of it, and there is a template. I'm going to save it, save, template save, and I'm going to name this template with ES. Okay, I'm going to do heat map, or rather I'm going to do ES on NY session and the date. Or you can put in the name some other parameters that you would like to. Because it is a high volatility, I'm gonna write it high volatility filters and click save it. You can make it as a default if you'd like to, but now it is saved. And when next time I'm coming to this chart, and let's say if I delete or remove the heat map and I click apply, there's nothing, the only candle bars. I'm gonna go to the bookmap again, heat map and T indicator, and I'm gonna use the template, click on the template and load. Will load my template I just created. Click load and apply. Bingo, I've got it. Save it, and it now performs really, really well. It shows really good level. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic indicator because it demonstrates the liquidity level that you can easily hide your stop losses, and you can make it as a take profit benchmark. So this one, this one, this one. So instead of simply hiding your take profit or stop losses behind the previous highs can be easily taken out. You know that there's some liquidity is preventing this price right now going lower. It will go lower, but after a while. So now if you're trading from over there to over here, you actually can take this take profit. Or if you using other strategies, you can hide your stop loss behind this large liquidity.